The sun has gently filled the sky, stretching bands across my eyes, yeah, rushing toward the morrow, yeah, gifting me another day, one more colored breath to help me find my way. Light, color, sound as my feet leave the ground, yeah. Light, color, sound filling the air all around. Howdy, music lovers. Tom from Blakgraz here. That is a brand spanking new song that I've been playing out live called Light, Color, Sound. And I'm going to talk about that song a little bit in this video and why it's exciting to me to actually be playing that and different elements of it that make it fun, even as a listener, not just as a musician. But before I do, I want to say howdy to all of my friends at Highway 64 Gym in Tennessee, Copper Hill, Tennessee. You can see the back of the shirt too. They got stuff back there too. That'd be Gabby and Andy there at Highway 64, and the amazing Hell Burger. If you have never had one, then you need to make a special trip to Copper Hill, Tennessee and visit them. This has got to be the hottest burger I have ever had in my life, and I mean temperature hot and spicy hot. It took me about 45 minutes to an hour to finish the thing. About 10 glasses of iced tea. And I had people at the bar who actually warned me against it. If you've seen some of my earlier videos, on my second time there, I had one and went up to the bar to get more tea, and some folks at the bar turned around when I told them I need more tea because I'm eating the Hell Burger. Oh no, don't do that. Because they had a friend who had one and had to be rushed to the hospital. His stomach was so upset. So get ready if you're going to go to Highway 64 Gym and have a Hell Burger. Now, the funny thing is, it's called Highway 64 Gym. It is not a fitness center. It is a bar, and the name is supposed to be a play on words, which is really sneaky, because then you can say, hey, honey, I'm going to the gym. And you go and you lift the 12-ounce weights for a few hours, and then you come home. But anyway, so to this song, Light, Color, Sound, was inspired by this fellow we watch online named Alex Collier, and he talks about being contacted by Andromedans from a different galaxy or a different part of the universe or whatever. And it's interesting to listen to the stuff he says. Whether you believe in that stuff or not isn't important. What's interesting is, sometimes the messages make sense. Sort of like, why do you pay to live on a planet that you were born on? Stuff like that, common sense stuff. It's like, well, that's a good question. Why do we do that? Maybe because we're silly. So anyway, this song basically was about the revelation that they provided to this Alex Collier about everything being light, color, sound. Well, why is that interesting to me? Well, I'm a big fan of physics. I'm a big fan of, interesting science, things that can be measured, right? I like things that are factual and proven true. And turns out that science has shown, quantum physics has shown, that everything is actually a vibration. It's all light, color, and sound. In fact, there are declassified documents from the CIA now that say that everything is actually just one big hologram. So we're in some kind of hologram and we're experiencing it, and sometimes we get stuck places too, by our own doing, our own decisions, or sometimes by outside influences. Pretty trippy stuff, right? So for this song, I wanted to reflect that notion that, everything is light, color, sound. And if it is, then you have the option to either enjoy it or to dread it, right? You can make something of it. It is whatever you make of it. In fact, now, as this interesting side note for the geek here, apparently there's studies now that show that the brain, see, in quantum physics, everything is a probability until you focus on it, right? And so as soon as a human mind focuses on something, then it goes from being all the different probabilities of what it could be to one singular thing, just my finger sticking straight up like that, or that phone, or my guitar, because I think it's going to be there. So I'm ready, I'm thinking about it. It goes from all the different possibilities of what it could be, and it comes to being a guitar. And it happens so fast that and they've measured it, that the mind can barely comprehend that something is going from a probability to what you imagine it to be, right? So when you talk about manifestation, manifesting your goals and your dreams, and truckloads of money backing up to your house and things like that, right? The only reason you can't do that is because you don't believe you can do it, right? And so your brain sends out that signal, or your auric field, actually, technically, sends out that signal so fast, and the universe responds so fast to that probability of what you expect to see, that you believe and will be there, that it just occurs before your eyes can even take the light in to see it, and then process it in your mind, to the physical brain, to be able to interpret what you just saw, right? Pretty weird, right? Very geeky for a musician, yes, I know. But I like that stuff, and so I like incorporating some of those types of thoughts into my songs. This song in particular has one of my favorite picking patterns, which is the claw, by Jerry Reed, an old country player from the 70s, called the claw. But I'm not doing it with just fingers or with banjo picks on my fingers. I'm doing it with the hybrid picking, so I've got a pick here, and then I use these two fingers for the extra strings. That's the pattern. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, right? And he would do it for in country style, or bluegrass style, even, really more bluegrass actually than country. That was when country at the time in the 70s reflected more of the roots side, the bluegrass side of stuff. Now there was modern country then too, and of course you had the Outlaws that came out and kind of changed the sound of things, kind of like what's happening now. You got a lot of artists who are changing the sound of what country can be, or what it can do, which is very cool. But I liked those old styles. I liked staying closer to the roots. But it also reflects the same picking pattern as a song by the Police called, wait a minute, I forget what it's called.
Something about Cross the Sky.
No, that's mine.
No,
mine.
Yeah.
Shoot. Well, I'll remember it here in a second. So it's an old Police song. And it's funny that I can't remember the song, because I've got this song burned into my head now. And that was part of the challenge, is because some of the way I'm singing, I was kind of borrowing from Sting too, because I love his voice. I love the way he writes. I love the storytelling. I love the playing. And of course, Andy Summers was, and probably still is, my single most favorite guitar player. As much as I love Stevie Ray Vaughan and Carlos Santana and some other fellas, man, or even Django Reinhardt, they're amazing, don't get me wrong. But something about the way Andy Summers approached the instrument, very experimental. I really loved that. That stuck with me for a lot of years. So anyway, the pattern is just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Now the reason I'm showing you that is because I know there's at least one fella out there who might watch this video and get a really good kick out of seeing how I played that tune. Now mind you, this has not been finished being recorded, so I'm only playing it out live. And I just met this really amazing other guitar player, Brian Sanchez. Was it Sanchez?
Sanchez or Chavez?
Or Chavez, maybe it was Chavez.
I think it was
Brian,
Chavez.
you know who you are, from Uptown Bar and Grill in, what town was
Eufaula.
that? Eufaula. We were just in
Alabama.
Eufaula, Alabama, baby. And Brian came from the beginning. He saw our ad online and he hung out. He even posted a short video of me playing
that song.
Playing that particular song. and he's a guitar player too. So I'm really looking forward to, Brian, you sending me some videos so I can see what you do. But I thought you might enjoy this, and so I wanted to show you what I was doing. So it's just over E minor. So I'm doing E minor 7, down to the minor 6. Then I'm changing it to suspended E, suspended D, D resolved, back to the E minor. So it's not real complicated, right? It's just this picking pattern makes it sound so amazing, which is, you know, not mine. It's Jerry Reed and Andy Summers. Now you add in all the percussion and the bass line and the backing vocals and everything, and it suddenly becomes this really high energy Latin type of feel, which is really fun to dance to or have people dance to. Now the other interesting thing about this,
Kayla from Bear Claw, Reynoldsville, Pennsylvania, she loved that one. That was one of the first times you
really in
played,
Reynoldsville, Pennsylvania?
because she likes the Latin feel. So Kayla and Rodney and all them.
You sure that wasn't I Just Want to Be though?
That was that one as well too, if I'm not
Oh,
mistaken.
really? Hey Kayla, miss y'all.
But yeah, she always enjoyed any of the ones that you've done that had a Latin beat. She'd always get up and start dancing.
Yeah, that's true. She finally got Rodney up too. He was resistant to dancing, but you know the
He'll
women.
dance. It's just he
the
had a
women
long day.
Really run the house,
Yeah.
right?
The guy works 7 days a week. He needs a few beers before he's ready to get up and start dancing.
That's true. That's true. He works really hard. All right. So, howdy to Rodney and Kayla. Howdy to Brian from Uptown. The chorus is fun because it's a halftime kind of offbeat punch. So if this is the beat, it goes rhythmically. So instead of just going, you see what I mean? So it's like a, with really cool hits. Back into the picking. Now the reason I did that was to build tension, have contrast between this really beautiful Latin, this picking pattern, right? And then go into a chorus that's really very aggressive, solid drums, not just percussion, like drums. You know, so it's hitting hard. And then, now, and the chorus is, as you saw, light color sound, as my feet leave the ground, light color sound, filling the air all around. So if everything is vibration, everything is light color sound, then you should be able to do whatever you want, including lift your feet off the ground and fly. Now, it could be that you're dancing, or it could be that you're just levitating, or it could be that you're soaring through the sky, just like in the Matrix, right? All of a sudden, he knew the truth about what he was living in, and so he had the power to do whatever he wanted, manipulate however he wanted. Trippy stuff, geeky stuff, but that's what the song is about. Now, instead of having a guitar solo the way you normally would, this guitar solo actually uses that picking pattern with, basically it's a cultural melody from Mexico, according to Emma, my friend Emma Sanchez. She actually, I played it for her one time, this solo. I've always wanted to use it. And she said, that sounds like the melody of a song that she remembered from her childhood. So I wanted to do it even more now. So basically what I'm doing is this melody. That's the first part. Right? So that's the melody. But over top of that, I'm doing this pattern. So that makes it kind of, it makes it very energetic. And so in that song, I have the double clapping going on. And that section of the song, I have the double clapping going on, and extra percussion and really hardcore Latin rolling along for that part, because that's a climax of the song. And that's a really good example in my writing that I've tried to adopt from other great songs, which is that the solo is supposed to say something that the story or the vocals can't say. And I felt like that was a story in itself. This melody comes from somewhere, and it means something. It meant something to me, that's for sure. But it probably means something different to folks from Mexico. They probably know what that melody is from, or what the reference is. I just kind of fell upon it. Maybe because I heard it somewhere, maybe because I got it from the ether, who knows? But it felt right to play it that way. I was in E minor, I'm doing an E minor scale with a walk up and a walk down twice that's different. Technically, you could say it was just coincidence, or you could say that it just happened to fit the song perfectly. So that, and then the last kind of twist that's fun on this song is at the end of the song, I'm playing this pattern that goes over the verses, right? But I'm singing the chorus. Light color sound as my feet leave the ground. Light color sound, yeah. Filling the air all around. And the cool thing is that this one note that's being played really fast is being faded in. Now the reason for that is because, remember, my job as a musician is to shape sound and create tension and contrast in that sound. So by fading that one note in louder and louder and louder and louder and louder until it comes to the last, filling the air all around, all around. We visit that second half of the solo with a high note, with me holding that note out with the backing tracks. And it just sounds epic, as it should. I mean, if you're singing about the nature of the universe, you want it to sound big, right? So, geeky, I know. But it worked beautifully. And when I play it live, it's amazing how many heads will turn. Now, last point. Oh, hi, sweetie.
Hannah wants to make a point.
Hannah is making her appearance again. She has come up and she wants something. I'm not sure what it is that
she was on my lap and got down. She's probably saying, I want that seat, Daddy.
This seat, or probably more food. She's been really hungry lately, but it's been cold, so she's putting on her winter fat, right? The chords in the song for the chorus, it's just a D with the open E, right? And then it goes to an E. But it's not just a regular E minor. It's E minor, but it's got the minor 6 in there. Right? Yeah, minor 6. And then it goes to the D again with the open E. And I'm playing this on acoustic, mind you. Now, this is Stella. This is one of my custom build guitars out of Austin, Texas. Thank you, Vaughn. But I play it on acoustic for the live show because this pattern just sounds so beautiful on Rosa. So I've done the hits, and then the in-between is basically a G over C with the open E on top. So that minor third, or not minor third, yeah. What would that be? That would be the E for a G would be the 6th. It's a major 6. See, I'm slow on theory, but I'll get there. So it's a major 6 on the E minor. So it's just a 6. I don't think it's minor. It's not flat. But anyway, somebody who knows better, tell me in the comments. So it's going between that D with the E to the E to the G with the E on top over C to an A. That's an A7 suspended. So it's got this 4th in it. The 7th is the G string is open, the D is closed, that's the 5th, and of course then the A. and then E minor, but you're pulling off, so it's going E minor to D over E to E again, E minor. So it's just kind of little subtleties that make it sound different than just regular D to E minor, D to E minor, or, you know, C to A, yeah, A major to E minor. Instead, it's got these little extra harmonic notes, that melody notes that make it sound different. And they're all close as far as chords go. They're all close down in here. So when I'm playing it and singing the chorus, I don't necessarily have to look down at my hands. See, that's an important thing too when I'm trying to think about playing songs that I write live on stage. I'm trying to figure out ways to play what I played and wrote close at hand, so that and get good, so that I don't have to look down. I want to be able to look up and look people in the eye, call them by the name, shout out to them during songs, in between songs, but especially a chorus when it's really powerful like this. I want to look people in the eye so that they get the energy that I'm sending to them, right? That's the whole point. There's supposed to be an exchange of energy between the performer and their audience. My job is to shape air and move people's hearts, make them either speed up or slow down, make them feel something, right? So this is a good example of how all the different tricks that I try to throw in to get their attention, to get them to pay attention and stay focused long enough, and then give them something for honoring me with their focus, right? Because it's an honor to receive anyone's focus, just like you watching this video. If you're still watching this video, it's an honor and privilege to have your focus. And that's how I approach being on stage every single time. Anybody who gives me their focus, it's an honor and a gift to me energetically. And so I'm not going to abuse that. I want to perform the best that I can, and I want to do the most interesting stuff that I can, and the most heartfelt stuff that I can, to make sure that their experience is positive, that they get something out of it, that when they walk away from it, they feel just a little bit better, right? So there you go. That's Light, Color, Sound, coming out soon. It isn't out yet, but I can actually record this week because we got that lithium battery, and I can hook up, once we have the inverter, I can actually hook up the big computer and start getting stuff done.
So most likely out before the end of 2025.
Oh, for sure. Oh man, I'm gonna have several out before the end of December, especially now that that's fixed.
And it's December right now.
I know, and it's December right now, but I've got 5 or 6 tunes that are ready to be recorded and won't take long. My mama told me all the way, Light, Color, Sound. Oh gosh, there's a couple others that I'm just not thinking of right now. What was that sound by the song by the Police though? Bring On the Night.
There you go.
Bring On the Night by the Police. Listen to Andy Summers' guitar part in there and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
It's not exact, but it's very close and similar.
What's the picking pattern?
Mm-hmm.
And then if you watch Jerry Reed, 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2, right? So they were out, about the same time too. Jerry Reed was the 70s into the 80s, and Andy Summers was late 70s into the 80s. They became huge in the end of the 70s into the 80s, early 80s, and then through the whole decade of the 80s. So, and I know that Andy Summers borrowed from Lenny Bowe, the jazz player Lenny Bowe, with all of his harmonic stuff, all that stuff. And I use that occasionally, not near as much as I probably should, but maybe I'll write something new and use that stuff too. Lenny Bowe was a big influence for Andy Summers. So who knows, maybe he was watching that country stuff, and maybe even Albert Lee. Maybe he was watching Albert Lee and liked his stuff. There's a lot of guitar players out there that influence each other. And that's why I like what I'm doing, is I like borrowing from all of these people who I admire and I just love, and using it in songs that I play now to remind folks of all these other great artists that are out there, that have been out there for a long time and have so much to say. They spent their lives focusing on honing their craft and getting good at it, and you get to go back and rediscover all of their stuff. I mean, that's one of the coolest things in the world, right? It's finding great music again, right? Again, and then again, right? So anyway, all right, Tom.
Making music great again.
Making music great again, and again. You know, that's something else. You know, the cool thing about writing your own stuff versus playing covers, once people latch onto one of your songs, they will never forget it. It will always just bubble up to the surface again. Someone will rediscover that song that you wrote, or that melody that you wrote, or that style that you created, or that whatever. You know, it's so much better than, and so much more important than money. Money is not what's important. Sure, we live in a hologram where you're required to pay for this or pay for to live on the planet that you were born on, but that's not the end-all be-all. Really, the end-all be-all is, what did you contribute to life? You know, not that you died, how did you live, right? That type of thinking. So, without getting too deep, I'm Tom from Blakgraz. If you made it this far, thank you so much. This is Hannah, our road manager, and it's chilly outside, so she's staying warm and waiting till we're done to ask for more food, because she is the road manager and keeps us on schedule for when to eat and when to sleep and when to snuggle and when to play and when to stop driving. And we're done for the day as far as driving goes. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching this far. If you haven't already, please subscribe and give us a like, a thumbs up. Also, don't forget, we have CDs on sale, and the links are all down below. Follow us on social media. Follow us on every streaming service. And obviously, you know, don't forget, we got these videos coming out all the time.
Down below, if they join the newsletter, there's a very good chance, because a lot of times the newsletter people get a song before everybody else, which includes a free download. So maybe, you haven't done one in a while, maybe, just maybe, it might be like Color Sound.
It could be. So that happens actually very frequently.
So
if you're on the Blakgraz newsletter, then very often when a song comes out, the newsletter folks not only know about it first, but I send them a link where they can go and download it for free off of blakgraz.com. So you'd get a song for free as well. So yeah, if that's something that's interesting to you, please comment if somebody knows what the note was that I was playing in that chord. That'd be the, you know, where's Waldo moment. What's the chord Tom is supposed to be playing there? Oh, it's actually this, Tom. And let me know what it is so I can get it right. I have no shame, and I'm not afraid to learn something new every day. So thanks for tuning in, y'all. Hopefully we'll see you at a show real soon. And remember, Highway 64, don't forget to try the Hellburger.